Hello, everyone. This is We're About Everything. I'm Mike. These are my buddies, Jacob and Matt.
Hi.
Hey.
And today we're going to be talking about animation, not animated movies. We're just going to talk about animation as an art. So whether it's 3D animation, hand-drawn animation, we're just going to talk about that today. So, Matt, how do you want to start this off?
With the simple question, what is your favorite form of animation?
Mine is hand-drawn.
I can agree to that. Hand-drawn, something about it. It's fluid. It looks really nice. And it's not perfect. You can see the imperfections, which adds to the quality. But no.
I also like that hand-drawn is about the simple line, whereas with others, when you look at early test, it's so ugly. Of course, it's about end result, but you look at like early testings of animations and they're so like clunky and shitty looking. But you go to hand-drawn and you look at early testings and it's so cool to look at. It's just like it's really cool to see how that comes together. And yeah, so I think the simple line is extremely powerful, and that's why I like hand-drawn animation so much.
I would say my favorite animation is mixed animation. There's some of CGI animation, and there's some of animated. For example, like the Amazing World of Gumball, they mixed a bunch of these animations together. Like there's not only hand drawn, there's also 3D claymation. Some of them sprite animation as well. I like when artists mix up their own art styles and brings us something very different. And it's really funny to see a 2D character interact with a 3D character.
That is always a gold piece of comedy right there. Always.
I have to agree. And there's a lot of times and we're like you can have like different animation styles that are separate come together and turn into a new one. Like there's something called claws, I think. I've never seen it, but I heard it was the total combination of hand-drawn and 3D. And I heard it's really good, but it is interesting that, in this modern age, especially here in the West, in the US, where we are relying so much on CGI because it, quote unquote, looks so much more realistic and all this, and we're straying away from hand-drawn, where hand-drawn, if it's in the US, it's more in like shows and stuff like that. But now you're starting to find cases here and there where they're starting to bring these two opposite art forms together, which is very, very interesting.
I apologize for being quiet, but I looked up the trailer for you talking about the 2019 Netflix animation, and holy shit, you're right. That looks nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Yeah, it's really cool looking. I like it.
Damn, we need more of that in our life.
Yes, I agree. And see, my thing nowadays is I think we're so reliant on CG that it is so ridiculous to just put hand drawn to the side. And why do you guys think hand drawn just went into obscurity? Like, why do you think that is?
If we're talking about hand-drawn cell animation, that is the pure fact it takes so damn long to put something together.
Yeah.
It's a product,
especially with something like Disney.
It's a productivity and efficiency issue.
Yeah. When you look at something like Disney, some of the greatest works, especially in the Renaissance in the 90s, it was all hand-drawn. And then, of course, some CG was implemented into like Beauty and the Beast and Hunchback of Notre Dame and Hercules, but they stuck with hand-drawn for quite a while, and then it just kind of was like, we need to start relying on 3D because it'll allow us to pump things out faster. But I'm wondering if it's also because people just couldn't take hand-drawn seriously anymore with stuff like that.
Well, see, like that, that's where I come into the interesting factor. Because we talked a bit about it yesterday while we were watching art stuff together. There's fan done stuff. It's digital, yes. But 90% of it is hand drawn, and they just use the digital aspect to help stitch the frames together.
Yeah.
Like Has-Been Hotel. Hell of a boss. That's hand drawn shit.
Yes. I was watching a video. It was Nostalgia Critic, and he was comparing hand drawn and 3D. And he had brought up that he had encountered a lot of people that said things like, well, it didn't matter if this story had dark themes. I couldn't take it seriously because it was hand-drawn animation, and it still felt like it was for kids, which I think is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion.
I've
Because you go to anime and it's hand drawn,
that's in
and
my.
you can look at some really dark stuff, and it can be taken very seriously. You can take hand drawn as an art form and still make it dark and serious.
Say we got Berserk, Blood Sea. Blood Sea doesn't. It starts kind of simple, but when you start getting to the tail end, start getting the mystery put together, it can get pretty dark pretty fucking quick.
Parasite.
Yeah,
Parasite. Well, it's not really dark.
Yeah.
It's more body horror esque, but even then, it's still technically dark.
Well, when you look at something like Japan, though, I do think Japan has an advantage because their dark tone. Man, I can't talk. They're like horror style, or like their ways of approaching dark things is different than ours. And I think they know how to approach it when it comes to hand-drawn animation. But here's the thing too, though, and I think you can agree with me on this. Slowly, they're starting to fall into 3D too, for the same reason, because it allows them to create things faster.
See,
Now, of course, there is some hand-drawn aspects in it, but the fact that 3D is just slowly taking over is crazy.
What I'd compare it to is kind of like how Borderlands is. It's that hand-drawn art style, but they just drop it into a 3D environment.
In my opinion, I think once we got Toy Story and Jurassic Park, I think that's when it started going downhill for me. Or just start going downhill overall in general. Like, yes, it was groundbreaking and it was something new and it is really cool. And it's something I do like. I don't want people thinking I dislike CGI or 3D animation, but CG was used as a tool as opposed to the main accessory to creating a piece of art, right? And nowadays, everything is fucking CGI. Marvel movies, their entire movies are practically made of CG. The environments, everything. And CG and 3D animation has taken full control. It's no longer using CG when needed. It's just using CG because it's easier. And
not just that, just it's more appealing. But the problem with CG is, we all can agree, is your budget goes through the roof.
I know. And, that's why I love practical effects, and I love when they implement CG when it's needed, because there's things that we can't pull off with just practical effects. You know what I mean? So CG was perfect for that. Like, you watch Jurassic Park, the thing that blew my mind wasn't the CG, it was those practical effects, because that felt like that T-Rex was really there. Now in days, it don't fucking feel that way. Like, I can tell that's a CG monster or something like that. And I will say this, though, I think it helps that we use motion capture. I do think that gives us more of a sense of realism. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but
I'll say
it does give it more life.
Most recent example would be God of War Ragnarok. Them facial expressions, man, they don't fuck around.
Oh my god, dude! Even 2018 looks so fucking realistic. Like, they do such a good. Oh man, that's probably PlayStation's best looking games in my opinion. Like, those look so good. But
I want to cut you off there. Ghost of Tsushima is a very, very pretty game.
I need to look at that actually. I need to check that out.
Really pretty game, and they just announced the sequel a couple months back, if I'm right.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to check it out.
I would
Go
say
ahead, Jacob.
For my example of motion capture, be Mortal Kombat 11.
True, they did have martial artists come in and do all those moves too.
Yep.
And another example would be Monster House. That
movie
actually a motion capture movie.
That movie is so uncanny and creepy because of the motion capture.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Some people don't believe it's motion capture, but
it is. It was like one of the first motion captured animated movies that Sony did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the most impressive motion capture I've seen recently, and I don't know if you guys will agree, I would say Thanos was really impressive when I first, Like, yes, there's Gollum, and that will always be fucking legendary. And yeah, but and of course Hulk was too in the Avengers. There was motion capture, but Thanos to me, like that was the first time I ever looked at a full CG character, and I was totally convinced he was real. You know, like, and that's been the only recent example though. Like they completely pulled off, especially in Infinity War. Like he looks so fucking realistic. It's really stupid. But I want to know something. So you guys know I'm all about the hand drawn. I'm in support of it. There's a lot of Disney animators who don't work for Disney anymore that are giving a lot of lessons to people who love this amazing animated art form. Do you think there's any kind of chance that hand drawn can return to like big cinema screens? Do you think there is a slight chance? In this day and
age, unless an indie film gets hella pushed, I don't think so.
I don't think so either, sadly. I think if you're going to see something like that, it's mostly going to be inspired by anime.
It's going to be either on small screens, like I said, at indie festivals and shit, or it's going to be on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Netflix.
Or HBO Max. But even then, those aren't going to be hand-drawn. Those are going to be digitally done.
Oh, okay. So hand-drawn wise, I do think this is important to bring up. Dragon Ball Super Broly compared to Dragon Ball Superhero
Heroes
or whatever it's called. Actually, I think it's just called Superhero after Super. But
first off, redundancy is super. Good job, guys.
Yeah, they have. I'm sorry, but Dragon Ball has some of the stupidest fucking titles. I love the series and I love a lot of their movies, but
I think what really like shoved it down our throats is with Super, because it's like you had GT, Z, Kai, then you're like Dragon Ball, Super.
Yeah,
the fuck of all the cool things you had in the past, you go with Super.
Yeah, why not Dragon Ball G? I don't know.
Shut up, Mike.
Dragon Ball F.
Shut
God.
up. Is that a jab at Silent Hill, Jacob?
I want to see a Dragon Ball.
It is
done like Silent Hill F now.
I think we'll get, when the game gets close to release, we'll find out what F actually means. I think it's just a code name for the time being.
I still say it's flower. I still say it's flower.
I still say it's fuck.
No.
Because fuck you guys, it's a pachinko machine.
I think it's flower. There's too many flowers. But that's just me. But I think the last like super impressive hand-drawn animation thing movie-wise that I saw that just like holy fuck, it blew my mind. Like, yeah, there was some problems I had, but the animation was so like crazy impressive, and that was Dragon Ball Super Broly. Like that animation was stupid good. I don't know who the animator is. I know they went with somebody very different this time at that time around. So, and it was just so different and so mind blowing. And that was probably the best looking thing in Dragon Ball animation wise. But then all of a sudden you get to Superhero or Superheroes and it's fucking 3D. What do you think happened, Matt?
I think they wanted efficiency.
Man, like
dead ass.
Like, dude, that's not how you step it up though. Like shit.
Like it's one thing to have, a 3D movie, and there's one thing to have a 3D section to emphasize the visuals.
Yeah, like I was okay with some of the 3D parts in Broly, but like the whole thing, I couldn't do that. I just can't.
But I think what they did is they just ripped assets from Fighters, the PS4 fighting game. And it's like, hey, use these models, guys. It's okay.
I'm going to say this. Fighters looks better than the movie. It actually looks hand-drawn.
Fighters, it has that 3D aesthetic, but like I said, it
doesn't feel 3D, though.
It doesn't feel 3D. It's a 2D fighter, so you don't really get to see that 3D aspect.
That's sad that game looks better than the new movie, though.
I'm waiting for the new one to come out. Apparently, they're supposed to get a sequel.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because they're done with
Yeah.
content for it. So
Yeah.
come on, Fighters 2, be better.
Yeah. Now, what do you guys think the future is for hand drawn? And then we'll move on to another form of animation.
Like I said, I think it's going to stay. Go ahead, Jacob.
Sorry. Well, the most recent thing I can think of is, Bob's Burgers. Of May this year, they released their movie, and I thought it was really good.
I hate to say it, but that's probably digitally animated. How crisp the lines are and everything.
Well, most hand drawn is done on computers, sadly, anymore.
You know.
I know that.
Yeah.
And putting for more hand drawn in theaters.
Yes, I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
We just need to make Dream Battles, the anime, the TV show, the movie, the game, the movie.
So, another thing I forgot to mention hand drawn wise compared to 3D, and I think this is a really good example. So, Kung Fu Panda 3. I'm starting to like it more the more I watch it. I kind of thought it was okay at first, but now I'm starting to love it. But there's a section in this movie where they're talking about Kai's origin and the hand drawn animation. Like, holy shit, dude.
Well, it also does help.
Good.
They also follow this Chinese water painting art form.
Yeah.
So it heavily accentuates
But the first and second movie, they used hand drawn animation in segments as well. But the way they did Kai's, like, it was way different. And the lines were more sketchy, and it was just so nice looking. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I love Kung Fu Panda. It is a 3D movie, but this section looks better than the whole fucking movie. But that's just me. Like, I was that impressed with the hand drawn animation. It was so good. Like, it was incredible the way it looked. So, I do think that was another thing to compare and bring up, because that was the last other hand drawn thing I saw, and I was like, oh my God, if the whole movie looked like this, I'd be so happy, but that's just me.
Remember that one mini movie that they did called The Origins of the Furious Five?
Yes, I do love that, but it just doesn't stack up to that whole Kai section. Like it's good animation. It's cool animation, but that whole Kai section just was like I would recommend looking that up. Like, it looks so good. Just, man. But Matt, were you gonna say what you think the future of hand drawn animation is as a whole?
As I think of it, like I said, I think it's going to stay strictly to more like viral video-esque things. We're already seeing it with Has Been Hotel. Has Been Hotel was hand drawn, digitally and animated, and it was picked up by a studio, and it's supposed to come out next summer on HBO Max.
Yep. I completely agree with you.
And then there's
24.
No, it's 23. I thought Viv just posted the video, but
no. I was talking about the studio A24.
yeah, it's A24. I picked it up, which is fairly decent studio, but it's just going to stay a more indie art form at this point for animation.
Oh, Matt. So your microphone, I would suggest getting a little closer to it. You sound a little far away. It's kind of like a room
right in front of it.
Really? Because you sound like you're like in the middle of a room. I just wanted to tell you that just in case you look back on it. So.
Oh, I know why.
There you go. That sounds better. I was sitting there going, man, I wonder if Matt knows. So, okay. Now,
I buggered the filter, so it only does. It only picks up from the front and back of the microphone, not the sides. Better sound quality. I forgot about that. Oops.
Okay, so here's how I feel. I love hand drawn animation. I think it's a beautiful art form. I think it's a shame I I don't think we're ever going to see it on big screens. I don't think you'll ever see like true, amazing, beautiful hand drawn animation on the big screens again, like something from Disney or anything. I don't think you're ever going to see that. And you know, I'm just glad we have that to look back on because it is so cool, and it's really nice that we have a lot of people online who are heavily inspired by hand drawn animation, and they fucking love it. And then you have all these, you know, like previous Disney animators and such that are giving lessons to young people, and so it'll keep living on. So that way it doesn't die out. Because the last thing I want is something like that to die out. Because I do think it is an amazing animation art style, but I think you're only going to see it on things like YouTube. I think you're only going to see it on like shows and stuff. But you're never going to see it on like a high budget movie again. I don't think it'll ever be done. So that's how I feel about it. So
okay, wait. There's only one exception to it coming to theaters, and we already know the exception. It's
what
anime.
Yeah, that is possible. Yeah,
I mean the new Demon Slayer movie. I don't think it had 3D in it, but I never watched the damn movie because I don't like the series.
you don't like Demon Slayer, huh?
I have the very bad problem when it comes to anime. When it's overhyped, I won't fucking watch it.
Yep, I'm the same way with everything. My friend Matt Daly, he tried to get me into Demon Slayer. I watched some of it. The animation fucking impressed me. Like,
it's great animation. I just don't like the story. I don't like Tanjiro as a character. He whines too fucking much. God, if I wanted to watch God of War 2, I'll go play Ragnarok again.
Oh my gosh.
Mike knows I'm right. Tanjiro just fucking whines and bitches. He's like Atreus but Asian.
He is that typical anime protagonist that's all about being the good guy all the time and doing the right thing. You know, some are more emotional, some are more, tough.
I have also one more problem with that series. Why is his technique locked behind breathing?
I guarantee you right now, I could just come up with a fucking anime protagonist right
Mike,
now.
You technically
I could say something like, I'm going to say something like, I'm going to make it. I'm
believe
do it because it's my destiny. I'm going to believe it.
I'm going to do it because my friends.
I have best friends. Yeah, they always have best friends.
My friends are counting on me, guys.
They're always tearing up during battle saying,
I got a talking
I can't
dog.
give up because my friends are always relying on me.
And they go Kratos, Spartan Rage, and win the battle in 3 seconds.
No.
All of a sudden, he looks over,
fail.
and there's that little fucking forgettable, annoying character who gets hit, and the protagonist is like, "Oh, that was my friend."
We're gonna get hate for that, but it's so fucking true. It's why I can't watch anime anymore.
You have Naruto, you got Goku, you got fucking Luffy. Oh
Ichigo.
my
Ichigo. Catch him.
Ichigo doesn't bitch as much as the others do, but he got that big. Deku, Proud Deku. Ash is just like, my Pikachu got hurt. Train harder.
I hope they never do a God of War anime because they'll ruin Kratos. He'll just be like, I'm killing these gods because they killed my friends.
No.
The gods have truly blessed you, Kratos.
My friends.
My son.
I'm so glad we also don't get Marvel or DC animes because then you'd have Superman being like, my friend Batman, he was hurt And it was all your fault.
Mike, but they have the animated movies. They practically are anime.
I know, but those anime movies are actually
Pretty good.
Controversial. Anime movies are better than live action.
I will agree. I agree.
I say Marvel has better live action, while DC is better animated.
Yep. That's how it is.
Whenever I think of a DC cinematic universe, I think of the animated films.
Yeah.
Like that right there. Starting from Justice League War all the way to Justice League Apocalypse. Dark.
I think Injustice is pretty good.
Injustice was a lot of fun. It was fun, but it's not part of that main.
Let's say
DC
Injustice was to cash
universe.
in on the Injustice.
Yeah. I will say I liked Injustice, but I see its problems, but I think people are hating it too much. I think the Joker part was shitty, but that was my biggest problem with it.
I hated the voice actor.
God, and he looked so bad. He looked so stupid. It was so bad.
I could deal the way he looked. I just couldn't deal with his voice.
That design.
What these two are talking about.
That design was so bad.
Get educated.
Well,
that's the thing. Like, I'm not the biggest comic person. Like, I'm the anime guy.
I used to be, but I'm straying away now because comics are changing so much that I can't keep up no more. And they're changing to a point and where like the characters are changing and I can't do it anymore.
The problem I have with comics is they reboot too many fucking times.
All the time. Oh my God, dude. Like Marvel, they're trying to adapt to the MCU. Okay. So they're trying to make them more MCU-ish because of fans who didn't read comics. Okay. So it's all fucking wonky now. And DC, they had this perfect thing in DC going on with Rebirth, which I would have left alone. But they decided to reboot again by undoing all the reboots before and then taking out the whole multiverse. And now it's an omniverse. And now everything is all fucked up. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, that's why I'm trying not to use too many comic characters in battles anymore because all the hardcore fans, they're going to expect me to use all the new stuff and I can't do it.
No,
I can't keep up with it anymore.
My opinion, if you use a character from comics, use the tried and true good shit. That's definitive. Not the 14 remakes afterwards.
I just can't keep up anymore. There's just too much to keep up with. I can't do it.
I agree. I agree.
And that's why I'm starting to stray more into anime because anime doesn't reboot over and over and over again. Like a lot of like comic stuff is always like rebooting.
Mike,
it's never a linear, straightforward start to end story.
Mike, there is one anime that likes to reboot. One.
Oh, yeah, Dragon Ball.
No.
Oh,
Berserk.
Fuck the anime. I don't even consider that an anime. I consider that a person who only had experience in making commercials, who's never made an anime before, but then decided to step into one of the most beloved mangas of all time, fucking ruin it, make it all 3D. One of the worst looking 3D animations I've ever seen.
I was talking about the 80s, the good shit.
Oh,
the actual good one. Not the 2016 garbage we got.
The manga, but the old anime is okay. My problem is where it ended, and
that's everyone's problem. They literally just go to the beginning. And
dude, I recommended that. To somebody to watch, and they told me it sucked. They were like, "Those were the worst things I ever seen." He says, "I'm not even gonna get into Berserk now," and I said, "Okay." I mean, I told you to read the manga, but you wanted to watch the anime instead, and I wasn't going to recommend the bad one.
Right.
but the Golden Age films were not at that point yet either. In my opinion, on screen, that's probably the best I've seen of Berserk.
Let's see what they do with the new reboot anime they're doing, starting with Golden Age.
Why would you start there again? They've done that 3 fucking times.
Because technically it's the beginning of the story.
I know it is, but we've seen it 3 times. It's kind of like with Spider-Man, they
right.
They kept telling a story over and over. And now it's like Berserk is the Spider-Man of manga and anime. It's just like, move on. We know the story. Like, god damn. I don't know, that's just me though. Like,
I just hope that if they do good with this one, they actually include
I will say
everything
this,
up to date.
I will say this though, they never showed the beginning, like far in the beginning.
Yeah,
like, they never
when he's
showed
going,
how Guts was born. They never showed all that.
They
shit.
also never showed the missing children's arc. I forget what it's actually called. Burning children, something like that.
Yeah,
because I was so fucked up.
Yeah, they never showed Guts' childhood. That's the only there was like a little bit in the original anime.
Wait,
and then it was like,
because isn't that literally the beginning of the Golden Age arc?
Well,
technically,
yeah. I would say the beginning of the Golden Age arc is when he first meets Griffith.
No, because that's Millennium Falcon arc. No, that's afterwards. That's after all that shit.
yes. And then before that, it's all about Guts' childhood and how he ends up being on his own.
His dad was a cunt and deserved to die every way possible that he did.
Oh my god, dude! Like,
getting off topic.
Oh god, I know.
Another time, Mike. Right. Another time. Abort.
So we talked about hand-drawn animation as a whole. We have given our thoughts. What other kind of animation do you guys want to delve into?
Claymation.
I love this kind of animation.
Or stop motion.
Yeah, stop motion, claymation. I love it.
It's such a beautiful art form, but it takes so damn long.
I know, but here's where I love claymation, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this. So I grew up really old school. Okay, I watched old shit, especially with like my grandparents and my own parents. And I remember like watching the old Sinbad movies with the claymation, stop motion, like monsters and stuff, and mythical creatures. I remember this one movie. It's a sci-fi called The Beast from 20 Million Miles Away or something like that. Really good, stupid fucking title, but the movie is really good. And the monster is completely stop motion. It's claymation. And it looks so good. Beast of 20,000 Phantoms. Like, love that shit. I love claymation. I highly respect it. King Kong's overrated in claymation, by the way. It doesn't look nearly as good as the ones I just mentioned. But then you got like you know what's really weird is I think stop motion claymation is most infamous for their Christmas movies.
Yep, because Rudolph and
we segue from like adult horror, sci-fi, mythological movies straight into like
fucking Rudolph,
fucking Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer,
Eat Miser,
yeah, all that shit. So then it's like it's infamous for Christmas movies.
Wait, Mike, you forgot about the ultimate Christmas movie.
Oh, go.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was gonna get to that. I'm kind of going in order here. So
there is no order.
Well, I'm doing it. So you had those infamous Christmas movies, and then Tim Burton comes along.
He says, "Fuck this,"
and we get Nightmare Before Christmas, which I watched it for the first time this year.
It's great.
I had never watched it before.
Great fucking movie.
It is good. I think the ending is actually my favorite part. But yeah. So then you got Nightmare Before Christmas, and then then Tim Burton's kind of taken over stop motion.
Except for I think a couple movies, a couple.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it just kind of went away. Oh, and then you got like the British something in Gromit. I always forget what it's called.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, the company who did Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run. By the way, Chicken Run, I fucking love that movie.
Flushed Away.
Oh, I did not like that movie.
That's Aardman Entertainment.
Yeah, along with DreamWorks. Yeah. Oh, and Chicken Run, I think, was DreamWorks too. I think it was. Yeah.
And
they're
also
gonna
Wallace
do
and Gromit.
a sequel, I heard. They're gonna do a sequel.
Netflix.
Yeah. Oh gosh. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, claymation and stop motion. It kind of ended with like with like Caroline. And
no,
last thing
there's
I
one
don't know,
TV
though.
show. There's one TV show that kept it going for a bit.
Really?
Robot Chicken.
Actually,
yeah, then we have Robot
actually,
Chicken. I forgot about Robot Chicken.
Actually, last month on Netflix, there was a claymation movie called Wendell and Wild.
But when did it come out?
Then there was also that
Last
football
month.
cave. There was that football caveman movie too. That was claymation.
Yeah, the early man.
Yeah.
And also like the missing link, Paranorman.
Yeah.
On the 10 strings.
So claymation's not dead, but it's one I never hear about. But and it's also got like the weirdest history. Like it is like it's been all over the place. It's darkened for adults in one era, and then it's like Christmas movies, and then it's like darker like horror kids movies in a weird way, and then it's kind of like comedy, and it's all over the place. So what do you guys think of claymation as a whole?
I fucking
Love it.
love it.
Yeah, me too. And the thing about claymation, which I didn't realize before, is there's a lot of different forms of claymation styles. There's like the Wallace and Gromit, like the weird smile faces and shit, and there's like their style, and then you have like there's all kinds of weird styles for claymation, and I didn't realize how versatile it was. Really, really versatile. Very shockingly versatile.
I had to say, Robot Chicken's like the best stop motion TV show, though.
Oh my god. I forgot about Robot Chicken. Is it bad that when I was a kid, I would secretly stay up late and watch Robot Chicken?
So fucking right.
I would just be like, I'm watching Cartoon Network before I go to bed, and all of a sudden, the last Cartoon Network show would end, and it would go to Adult Swim, and all of a sudden, here's the mad scientist. Oh my
The
gosh,
fucking
man.
good old days.
Yeah, man.
Gumby.
I really need to get HBO Max back because they do have Robot Chicken.
Oh man. But do you guys think claymation could make a bigger comeback than
It literally already has.
Yeah?
Yeah, last month with Wendell and Wild.
It just came out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that was made by the
I
director.
didn't hear nothing about it, so
That was made by Key and Peele.
I don't know who that is.
It's a comedy duo. Well,
It's a comedy duo. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
It was Henry Selick, which was the director of Nightmare Before Christmas, was on this.
Oh.
And so claymation is making a big comeback.
Not
Hopefully,
a big. We're hoping so because it needs more. It needs more love.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the thing about it is I like it. Like I said, what shocks me about it is how versatile it is. You do dude, there's horror movies that have utilized claymation for horror movie effects. Evil Dead is a prime example of using stop motion. Yeah. Dude, there's a lot of cool shit that they did. Like the first one is most infamous because they focused on this one spot on the foot for like hours. Okay. And they created this stop motion infection going through her leg, and it's like, holy shit, that must have taken forever. And there's like a lot of the gore that's like claymation or stop motion. Like it's such a versatile tool. Like I would have never thought how versatile.
Say if you even have the balls,
Army
you
of
can
Darkness.
Yeah, the Army of Darkness. There's a lot of shit in there. But even if you have
When he
a
pulls his
ball,
face out of the. I'm explaining something.
Well, he was explaining first.
yeah, twice now.
Sorry.
But no, even if you have the balls, you can use humans for stop motion.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, you can.
You're going to hurt afterwards, but you can do it.
Do you want to know what I did one time? I don't know why I did this, but I made a stop motion horror, like comedy horror short, and I debated on uploading it to YouTube, but I made this stop motion thing, and of like my wallet coming to life because I didn't have anything, so I just looked at my wallet, was like, I could do something really stupid with this, and I had my wallet like crawl off the table, fall down, and like crawl towards my room. And it like got on my bed, and I looked up and it like leaped towards my face. Like that's all I remember from it. But that took me forever. It took me forever to make that. Like I had to get the shots just right, and not make it look off. Like it is hard as fuck, even with just a stupid wallet. because dude, you gotta think like they gotta keep that image perfectly still, have the right lighting, and not move the camera, and like that's hard. Ooh. That is really hard.
I just got like the perfect example of a horror stop motion.
Oh,
it's called Crooked Rot.
Yeah, a lot of horror movies utilized it back in the day.
Oh, but this is an animation.
Oh,
it's nice. By the guy that made Salad Fingers.
Okay. So we all like stop motion. It seems like it's making a comeback of sorts.
Oh yeah.
And let's hope that
it stays that way.
Makes an even. Oh, there is something else to talk about, which I think is interesting, and I want to talk about it. What do you guys think of people doing stop motion with their toys and going on YouTube and creating like comedy shows with their toys using stop motion or like just doing like fights, quote unquote, or
if it's done right, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think it's creative.
So I will say there was this show I used to watch called Monster Island Buddies. This guy had like Godzilla figures, and he attempted one episode with stop motion, and I fucking loved it. It gave it so much character, and it made it funnier, but he didn't do it again. And I think it was because it was too much. And those SH Monster Arts figures are like ridiculously expensive. But overall, the writing is really funny though, despite him like holding the toys and yeah. But it is really funny though. But man, I really wish he would have stuck with stop motion animation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I agree, mate.
Yeah.
I would say if we're moving on to another type of animation, I would classify this as animation. I don't know how would you guys? Puppetry.
That'd be a really, really difficult form of stop motion. Like holy shit!
That's the best puppet movie I've ever seen is Team America. It's the only one I've ever watched. It's so funny, but I know the puppetry is like fucking garbage. Of course, it's made by the guys who did fucking South Park, so.
Hey, there we go. Paper animation. How they used to do South Park in the olden days.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
I don't know any other examples of paper animation.
I don't know either. I'm pretty sure there probably is, but that's the only one that springs to my mind is like that.
Yeah. What do you guys think of? All right, so now we're gonna delve into the big one, the giant.
Well, there's
3D animation / CGI.
Fuck. There was another form of animation. I just had it on the tip of me tongue.
Oh. Let's talk about it then.
Oh, God. Fucking remember first. Shit.
Matt.
Well, someone had to mention South Park, and my mind went ding.
Why did you not stop me?
Flash?
No, because Flash is just a form of digital animation similar to CG.
Yeah. Sadly.
Sadly, yeah. Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
This shit.
Well, I'll let you try to remember that for a bit, but let's talk about CGI and 3D animation as a whole. What do you guys think of it?
I like it.
Yeah.
There's there are some movies that are really beautiful in 3D animation. I don't want to. Pixar is very beautiful with its animation. Like Finding Nemo. Nemo is one of the most enchanting movies to see. The way the water works, like imagine like they had to animate all the water as well, get that realistic look.
Yeah, and that was back in 2003, right?
Yeah. Well, they started production in like 2001 or 2.
Well, actually, if you look back at Toy Story, like the fact that they had to create rain on a window back then, that's impressive. Now that I think about it. And then you look at the Abyss, which the creature was completely made of water. So they had to start. So back then they couldn't make like really detailed things. And that's why you had like the Abyss creature, which that was done by James Cameron, the movie. And then you had Terminator 2, which very similarly to the water creature, you had a liquid metal CGI Terminator. Mm-hmm. Which the parts that were liquid metal were CGI, but there was also practical effects too mixed with it, and so back at that time they couldn't make details, and that's why Jurassic Park was so groundbreaking, because that was the first time that we ever used CG with like a lot of details, and we discovered that like, hey, now we can make like ships and creatures and all this stuff with CGI, which we could never really do before. So, yeah, that was a pretty big deal. But then you get into Toy Story, which was an entire CGI movie.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. But I would say like The Incredibles and Finding Nemo, I would say they pushed it further. But they're not really groundbreaking for their animation, I think. I think they're more so groundbreaking for the movies that they are. Whereas Toy Story, that was a big deal when it came out, because nobody had ever seen anything like Toy Story before. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Matt, you are very quiet. You all right?
Trying to fucking remember, and I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, I also know another motion capture CGI movie. Surprisingly, you guys ever heard of Rango?
I love Rango.
Yeah, they actually, for some of the scenes, they actually motion captured a few of them.
Really?
So Johnny Depp had to motion capture some of Rango's facial expressions.
Wow. That's pretty interesting.
I also love Rango.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, there was a movie that came to mind and I completely forgot now. Now I'm in the same situation as Matt, where I can't remember what the fuck I was going to bring up.
This is fucking torture right now. Okay.
I know. I understand. I've been there.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay, that was a big deal when it came out, actually. I can't exactly remember why, but they did something impressive. It wasn't just the story, but there was something groundbreaking about it. And I can't remember what the fuck it is. I know it was like a big 3D movie. I know that. But I can't remember what they did that was groundbreaking. I guess all I remember is like how they talked about the 3D aspect, like how it was so amazing in 3D, but I can't remember.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Shrek. I think Shrek was one of the first animated movies to receive an Oscar.
Really?
Yeah, and they beat out Monsters Inc. and Jimmy Neutron.
So
won the Oscar.
So I know Beauty and the Beast was the first hand-drawn movie to receive Movie of the Year, like award or something. That was just Movie of the Year. but I don't know what first CG animated film was the first to win movie of the year. That I don't know. Let me actually look that up real quick. I'm actually real.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Kill Bill.
The 2001 Oscars, Shrek won the Oscar with the other nominees being Monsters Inc. and Jimmy Neutron. Even at the Oscars, they even animated the characters reacting to their Oscar win, which is really cool. On YouTube, I think.
Which animated film was the first to win an Oscar? The first animated CG was Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm surprised Toy Story didn't get that. I'm really surprised.
Well, that was I feel like they would have won an Oscar, but the Oscars didn't allow animated movies back then until the early 2000s.
Well, Beauty and the Beast was a big deal, though. That was the first animated movie of all time to win an Oscar. Mm-hmm. It was a masterpiece. It was mind-blowing when it came out. Released in 1991, Beauty and the Beast was the first full-length animated film to be nominated for Best Picture. Yep.
Well deserved.
Absolutely. It's a fucking great movie. That's a really fucking good movie. But CG 3D animation, I think we can all agree. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it is the most dominant form of animation that we have right now. It hasn't been around the longest, but I think it's done. I think it's done more than any other animation. I like it, but I will say what I don't like about it, what drives me crazy, is how reliant everyone is on it, and the fact that it has made other animations more obsolete in comparison. Where like it's making other animations more like tools, but then again, like they're not even tools because 3D can just do everything, I guess. So I would say that's my biggest problem with 3D animation. I understand if it's CGI in the movie, but but even then, it's kind of like for movies, we have become too reliant on it. It's like I say before. I mean, live action movies are now completely composed of CGI. Like most of what you see on screen is CGI anymore, and it's ridiculous, and it's such a shame. It's not a tool. It's just yeah.
That's how I feel about.
That's how you feel,
dude. They just need to slow the fuck down.
Like, but that's the thing. Like, we're never gonna see it stop. It's just dominant. But you do see a lot of complaints of people saying, like, you can tell it's CG, and there are complaints that it's over reliant. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, dude, it blew hand drawn out of the water. You no longer see that on the big screen anymore. And now it's to a point where apparently our hand-drawn Disney films and stuff, they need to be live action or CGI now.
No, that's all right.
You know what I mean?
This is where Matt comes in and busts all the balls. They're only doing that for fucking money.
I know that, but what I'm saying is like, you will hear people say, "Oh man, it's a lot nicer because now it's not hand-drawn anymore. It's an actual realistic looking thing," and it's like, you're a fucking idiot.
But
you know,
correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't every hand-drawn live-action adaptation just done trash in the box office?
Yeah, I know, but people just they keep making big money. It's just the ratings are bad, but they keep going in. They keep making big bucks.
Like we need to see the Lion King 2 live action. We need Beauty and the Beast. We need this. We need that.
Oh God, I don't even want to get started on Beauty and the Beast and all that shit like that. Oh God, they were so bad. But
all right. I know Jacob's a big Disney guy, but the live action adaptation we need is Lion King 1.5.
Oh god, that would be a horror. That would be a
exactly.
That would be a horrible film.
That's the point. It'd be fucking great though.
About the Fox and the Hound.
No. My heart can be destroyed only so often.
There's already a movie that's live action. It has like 2 dogs and a cat, okay? And they can all talk. It's a really fucking good movie, by the way. But it's really boring when they're talking because their mouths don't fucking move. It's like they have fucking telepathy. It's like they have telepathy or something.
Yeah, Homeward Bound.
That's the one. Yeah. It's a great movie, but fuck. Don't watch the sequels. They're like trash, but oh my gosh. We don't need that for Fox and the Hound. I think it's good the way it is.
Mike, here's a thought my dumbass just had. Remember how we're discussing how people can't think 2D animation can't be dark and disturbing?
Yeah.
I can name 2 fucking movies.
Well, it's not so much that. It's more so they're making the argument and of like saying it doesn't feel grown up. And it's like, that's stupid. Like, there's no way hand-drawn doesn't feel grown up. It's a beautiful art form. Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear.
Watership Down. Cute, cuddly rabbits being murdered in gruesome ways.
I know. It's terrifying.
And then Plague
Animal
Dogs.
Farm.
I'm going to name another hand-drawn movie that may look cartoonish, but it is a fucking masterpiece. The Secret of Nim. Secret of Nim is just like, holy fuck, that movie is really good. And then you have American Tail, which is a kid's movie, but it's got some dark shit in it.
Hey, Mike, want to hear a very beautiful CGI masterpiece? Your favorite movie of all time?
Oh boy,
Avatar.
Yeah.
No, it's a pretty movie, but that's about it.
Oh, you're talking about the Smurf version of Pocahontas.
Smurf riding dragons, yes.
Yes.
Smurfahontas.
Smurfahontas. Yes, we have stated this quite a few times now. We are calling it Smurfahontas.
Like it's a
and
very.
Now they're making a sequel to Smurfahontas.
We've already discussed the meme from last episode.
The way of Smurf.
The way of Smurf. Yeah. The way of Smurf.
The way I see it is Avatar is a very, very pretty movie, but everything else is just fucking bad.
You know what's really sad is I love James Cameron, okay? He made my favorite movie. He's made some of my favorite movies of all time. Look, I understood he worked. I know Avatar was like a passion project, okay? I know he worked on it for 15 fucking years the first time. But I'm sorry, but that movie is nothing compared to fucking Aliens or Terminator 2. There's just no fucking way in my mind. It is just like, it doesn't even have a good story. Like, it's forgettable. Like, I always forget what the fuck Avatar is about. And whenever I think of it, I think of if Smurfs and Pocahontas were combined, because it's all about like the message of, oh, we should leave nature alone and all this shit. And it's the same. And you know what's really bad is that is such an old cliche message to use, because they use that so fucking much in the 90s. They use that fucking cliche and that message constantly in lots of kids' movies. And leave nature alone. Ferngully is one example. There's an example. Just like, look, I know it's a deal, but at the same time, quit hammering in the message. We get it. We understand.
Dude, that's like
I don't know what his message is going to be in this one, but it already looks forgettable. It looks nice, but
Mike, it's like trying to tell anime, like, my best friend grant me power. They ain't gonna fucking stop till someone breaks the mold.
I'm trying to what's that fucking other movie called? It has these like, there's the guy and he's like, my little feelings. That's called rheumatism. I can't remember what it's called.
I know a hand drawn animation that's also really dark.
Once Upon a Forest is what it's called.
Yeah, that and also Animal Farm.
Yeah.
Both the film adaptations are weird, but the animated one is ugh.
Yeah. And then you have Pocahontas, which is another one. God, I mean, these are just so fucking
Is
bad,
Pocahontas
dude.
really dark though?
I'm not talking about it being dark. I'm talking about that stupid message that the 90s kept hammering into our heads constantly. Telling man is horrible. Man is so bad. Just
Right.
yeah. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh gosh. Yeah, Avatar. I love you, James Cameron, but Avatar is your most overrated fucking thing ever. Like, I almost can't stand it. And by the way, the video game fucking sucks too.
Yep.
Don't play the game.
Yeah.
I hate that video game was a piece of shit.
All right. As a man that just beat the Blade 2 video game, 95% of fucking movie tie-in games suck dick.
There's
Okay?
one movie tie-in game that I fucking adore, and that's the King Kong game. That game is so good.
They did that good.
They did so good.
There's, like,
It's scary too. Oh, I'm sorry, Jacob. You go ahead.
There's like two like movie tie-in games I really like. One of them I mentioned in my games I want to revive. It was the Toy Story 3 video game.
Hey, Jacob, just so you know, if I'm correct, that's on the PlayStation Store right now.
It's a PSP version.
It is PSP version? Yay.
Yes.
Why would you do that to us?
I played a little bit of it. It's okay.
But here's the thing.
I prefer the Wii version though.
They have the power. They have the technology. They can rebuild it for modern consoles.
Yes.
SpongeBob, we can do this. We have technology.
Oh, you know what? Going back to hand-drawn animation, SpongeBob is a dominant motherfucker in hand-drawn animation.
Yes, it is.
Well, it used to be. They definitely switched off hand drawn.
I mean, like that. Isn't that like one of the longest-running cartoons of all time?
It just ended, I think, this year.
20 years.
Wow.
They're still going.
Nope. I
they're
heard that
still
was
going.
getting a final season and it cutting it off.
They still have the other two spin-offs.
There's spin-offs.
And the fourth movies.
Yeah, there's a Patrick show.
And the SpongeBob and a show where they're kids.
Oh God.
Because we need
The fourth
more
movie.
SpongeBob.
I'm sorry, but nothing beats the original series.
And they're making a fourth movie based off Sandy.
I mean that needs an explanation, okay?
So I'm actually okay with that because Sandy's interesting and she has potential.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, I actually do like Sandy.
Yeehaw!
Yee fucking haw.
We from Texas now.
Yeehaw, motherfucker.
But what do you guys think of the future of 3D animation as a whole?
It's gonna keep going.
Never ending.
Yeah. Never ending. I agree with that.
I don't know,
of
Mike.
us.
Is it
One
gonna be
of
another
us.
God of War?
Do you,
Broadway.
dude? Could you guys imagine if something fucking overthrew 3D animation? What the fuck would that be?
Broadway.
Huh?
Broadway.
Broadway.
Broadway won't. No.
No.
Broadway,
Never know.
just like opera, is for an acquired taste.
I was talking about animation, Jacob. What?
All right. Mixed animation.
No, what we're
come
going to
back.
do is we're going to go back to what all those new video games are doing. It's going to be FMVs, and they're going to pass it off as animation.
Oh God. Yeah.
The quarry.
Yep. Well, that's straight up animation. I'm talking about like, the full motion video. Where it looked like dirt.
Okay, guys, if you had to combine two animations together, what would they be?
CGI and claymation.
I think they do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Gumball did it.
I think they do. I don't know though. It's kind of hard to tell. I think they especially do that with the DreamWorks collaborations.
Do you want an asinine answer, Mike?
Go ahead.
2D stop motion.
2D stop motion.
That's
just fucking.
Oh my
It's just
God.
2D.
That's just fucking low frame rate hand drawn animation. That's like fucking 3 to 4
No,
frames
Mike,
per second.
that's not low. That's like 400 frames per second animation.
Oh God.
And to think, we see things at I think 100 and like 60 something frames per second technically. So it'd be like running that bitch and fast forward. But it'd be really smooth.
God, could you imagine drawing that much?
Can you
Like-
imagine
It
not
definitely
drawing
give you carpal tunnel.
Dude, like
one
dude, like
scene?
there's these
You'd be
videos
dead.
on YouTube. I see of people like hand drawing and like scenes from live action movies. Like I watched one on Infinity War where Thanos was fighting Iron Man. Oh my God, I don't know how many fucking drawings he had, but he animated that whole fucking scene by hand. Live action. And it freaked me out. I was like, what the fuck? Like
That's
it's
the future.
amazing. It's amazing what some people can do, man. Like it's mind blowing that people can go to that extent. You know, it's just like, man, that's crazy.
It's nuts. Ooh.
Yeah. There's
Sprite
some really
animation.
talented people. Yeah, let's talk about Sprite.
That's what it was. That's what the fuck it was. Thank you, Jacob.
I mentioned Sprite. I mentioned Sprite animation, and you said no.
My brain don't fucking compute. I just beat
It's not
Ragnarok in a
digital.
weekend, okay? Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, Sprite animation.
I actually
I showed Mike some pretty cool Sprite animations.
say
battles.
I have a slight experience in sprite animation. Very slight.
Mowing the flowers.
Yeah, Ramona. And Guts. Started working on Guts. That was fun.
So my experience with Sprite animation is like watching a lot of versus battles. And the one I like the most is a Goku versus Superman battle. And there's no vocal dialogue, it's all like written dialogue. But the animation is fucking great. And I think Sprite has a shitload of potential, but I would say the nicest looking thing I've ever seen sprite wise, it's a video game. I would say Hyper Light Drifter is probably the nicest thing I've ever seen sprite wise. The opening sequence alone, the fact that is Sprite is fucking mind blowing. Like that's like 2D pixel shit, and it looks so good. And the lighting and stuff that they do, it's like, whoa, that is stupid impressive. And I do think I don't think you're gonna see sprite animation make its way onto like shows or anything, but it is very strong on YouTube and especially in the gaming world, since that's where gaming started pretty much, with like Mario and stuff. But yeah, Sprite is still going on pretty strong, shockingly.
Oh,
So-
definitely. Well, it's also because it's once learned, it's one of the easiest forms of animation.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only thing you're really doing once you actually learn how to draw your character and get everything done is just recycling the same thing over and over again, just in different combinations.
Yeah. But guys, you should totally go check out the opening to Hyper Light Drifter. It'll blow your mind. It is so good. The viewers and my friends should go check it out.
Did we forget to mention that Mike is looking for an animator? Wink, wink.
Yes, I am. Wink, wink, wink for Dream Battle. Wink, 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 wink. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to go wink. I'm supposed to go ding.
Swing, swing,
yeah, because every time I wink,
swing.
just close your eyes and imagine my beautiful, sexy face. And then I smile, with that bright white, sexy smile.
Oh.
I'm like a fucking tiger. And then I wink, and there's like a flash of light that happens as I wink. And it's like,
okay,
ding.
Helios, calm the fuck down.
I'm so fucking full of myself. But yeah, we are actually looking for an animator for our battles, but if we don't get them, that's okay.
Originally I was going to do it, but I don't know how to create sprites themselves, so that ain't fucking happening.
Yeah. So we need somebody who has a lot more experience in that area, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Pikachu. No, not fucking Yoshi. No, we're not doing this.
Hear my Bowser impression?
Okay. Yoshi is by far the most disgusting video game character of all time. In my opinion. Think about it. Think about it. He fucking swallows you, and then calcium forms around your person, and then you're shit out of him.
You're also talking about Yoshi compared to Kirby, the thing that sucks and blows more than the average corner hooker.
No, but with Kirby, you go into a different dimension. With Yoshi, you're going through his fucking organs and shit, and you're being there's like calcium and egg forming around you, and then you're shit out. And the fact that happens so quick is fucking gross. He is fucking disgusting. He's
about
and he like sticks out that fucking nipple looking tongue thing. Ugh. So gross. So gross. Oh, stop it. I fucking hate you. It makes me gag, dude. When I was playing Smash, I fucking hated fighting Yoshi because he'd fucking stick his tongue out, and I was like, he's so gross.
You just wish you had a tongue like Yoshi's.
Ugh, he's so gross, dude. Ugh.
Like me.
I mean, guys, imagine if a creature came up to you, he swallows you, and then all of a sudden, in like a split moment, calcium forms around you.
I'm sorry, if any random creature swallows me, he might get a surprise.
And then you're shit out. I mean, of course he's nice enough to have you covered before you go through his fucking intestinal, shit.
Mike,
but I mean, fucking gross.
Who says that he does cover you beforehand?
Well, with an egg, you're not getting shit all over you at least, but it's still gross.
You're getting shit all shit.
Ugh, he's so gross. And it is shit because he's a guy. Okay. This is like some Godzilla. This is the one thing him and Godzilla share in common is they're guys that can lay eggs, okay? Reptilian males that lay eggs. And that comes out of the ass, and that's so fucking gross.
Mike.
It's so bad. But God. Well, you guys had to start it with the whole fucking Yoshi thing. It's fucking gross.
Matt started it. I just wanted to say,
dude, I had a fucking had a brain fart and Yoshi came to mind. Leave me alone.
Got you.
Yeah, Sprite is not going anywhere though. I'm gonna actually send a link to you guys to watch later.
We have better things to take care of.
I know, but here it is.
Nachos.
Nah, Doritos that can be used as nachos.
No, you have to have the cheese and the meat, or it's not nachos.
Like ranch Doritos.
You get flaming hot ranch Doritos, and you treat them just like nachos. Yum.
So you put the cheese and the beef and the potatoes.
Yeah.
I said
Just do the same thing.
my
Instead of
dumbass said potatoes, not tomatoes.
taters. Taters in it. It's a corn chip. It's got taters.
Really? I'm tomato. But that's
You don't know how to make southern nachos? You take fucking
taters. Trailer Park nachos. They got taters in them.
Mike, you know how to make southern fucking nachos?
Some fucking bologna.
All right, this is how I make southern nachos. You get some spicy fucking nacho cheese Doritos. Then you lay them down.
This is hobo dinner nacho night.
I don't understand your dialect.
What you do is you take them nacho cheese Doritos, you put them nice sitting there on a plate. Then you take a big old helping of fucking mashed potatoes, put it right there in the center. Then
And you get some Cheetos.
no, you shut your whore mouth in my recipe, not yours. You take some sausage gravy with some sausage bits in it and you put it right over top.
Hey, you can insult my friend, but don't you dare insult my hobo dinner nacho taters.
I want no damn taters. I want some
taters in your hobo nacho.
Then to top off this recipe, you put a little bit of shredded cheese on top and some baked beans.
You know, be really good on that. You get some cockroaches and put them in the deep fryer, and then sprinkle them all over your hobo dinner nachos.
Some fucking roast croutons.
Yeah, some roast croutons.
You want some cayenne pepper?
This is like stuffed jalapenos, but we use cockroaches.
This is Matt's Southern Hobo Kitchen.
Yeah, we take these little tiny strips of bacon and we put cream cheese in the inside of these cockroaches, and then we wrap them up and yum.
You
and
know,
then you sprinkle
it's been a couple of years since I've had some roach mozzarella sticks.
Roachy mozzarella sticks. That sounds absolutely
know what
delicious.
sounds good? Some tenderloins.
Could you guys imagine fucking Colonel Sanders advertising this? Hey there, welcome to KFC. We got a hobo dinner nacho night. Yeah, it's got taters in it. That finger looking good right there. And don't forget to get our cockroach nuggets. Yeah,
cockroach salad.
Cockroach salad. Don't forget to get our cockroach salad with your absolutely delicious hobo dinner nacho.
It's crunchy. It's crunchy.
Grilled cheese with gosh. Hey, and don't forget to get our new deep fried crickets and KFC. It's probably looking good right now.
Sour cream and onion flavor.
And this kid come up to me saying, "You, Uncle Sanders, why the heck would you put bugs in there?" And I said, "Well, that's a lot more extra protein. You know,
Yeah, some extra texture when you crunch in your cheese."
Yeah, and now I'm starting to put crickets.
It melts in your mouth.
You know, so I had a guy take a piece of that chicken and say, "Man, this is extra crunchy. What'd you do to it?" I said, "Well, that's our new KFC crickets. We're starting to put them in our breading batter."
Kentucky Fried Crickets.
Kentucky Fried Cricket chicken. They just make the crickets into powder and they mix it in their fucking flour. And it's like, there's a little more crunchy texture. It feels more earthy. Oh my god. Hey, you know what? You should now get our Lava Rock KFC bundle where we grind up lava rocks into our KFC batter. Gives it a little more extra crunch, but it sure makes it pretty nasty in the bathroom. And it's gonna hurt a lot, but finger looking good, but not butthole looking good. Wait, what?
Butthole looking good.
I think you fucking killed Jacob. He's not responding.
All looking good. Oh my god. Could you guys imagine going to hell and all of a sudden the devil encounters you and he says, I know what your punishment will be. And it's like, what are you going to do to me? And he says, I am going to make you the bathroom attendant. And I'll say, well, what's that? The bathroom attendant is where you will have to lick and clean every mortal's butthole for the rest of eternity.
Oh my god.
Where'd you get this idea? Colonel Sanders. He says finger looking good. I say butthole looking good. God. Okay. How the fuck did we get to this point? Holy shit.
So I mentioned nachos that a stupid fucking thought fell in my head.
Oh my god. I am very terrified to listen to this section. It's on YouTube.
Guess what? If you're lucky, you get subtitles too.
Oh my
You hear,
gosh.
boy?
I did not mean to say butthole looking good. I didn't mean to say that. Oh my
Just
God,
so
that
you
hurt.
know, I'm keeping all of that in.
I know. I didn't mean to. That's the funniest fucking part of it. Hey, finger look good, butthole look good. Oh,
all right, let's
God.
get back on track.
Okay, where the fuck was we? Sprite animation.
Oh,
We agree it's
You know,
crickets.
I have to say it, Mike. I apologize. Sprite animation's pretty good. I think 7-Up animation's better.
Jacob, stop. Stop.
Fucking killed Jacob.
It's like Jacob had a delayed laugh. He was just sitting there processing it. He's finally laughing. I need a drink.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is why I like to do the podcast. We get to laugh.
Oh.
I think that is officially the dumbest fucking thing we ever went on a tangent for.
Oh,
Fucking
Tesla
nachos.
tanks was also weird
Fucking
too.
Southern
KFC
nachos at the hobo
nacho.
kitchen.
Yeah, get your nachos out. Okay, I'm not gonna go on this again.
Please, no, I can't handle it anymore.
No, it's a hobo. It's a nacho hobo dinner.
It's
Oh my
nacho
God.
dinners were about to be born when I pull out the cane.
Yeah, you just take everything that's in a hobo dinner and put it into a nacho dish. Actually, that might not be bad. You know, actually, I don't know how cabbage go fucking corn chips.
Won't wait to find out. You're going to find out.
Oh shit.
Oh, that hurts.
Is there any other animation we could think of to talk about? Oh, I'm dying. Whew. I think that's it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Again.
Okay, guys, that was this really fucked up episode. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, that was our discussion about animation. These are my buddies Jacob and Matt, and in the link in the description are our YouTube channels. Don't forget to check them out. And if you liked this, stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Giggity,
Bye.
giggity, giggity goo. See you around.